the criminalization of Wagner Group. The United States has decided to designate the Wagner private military company, a Russian entity, as a criminal enterprise and treat it as such. This puts Wagner along the lines of the Italian mafia and Japanese and Russian organized crime groups. This, of course, is an absurdity. Wagner, while ostensibly known as a private military company, is actually part and parcel of the Russian General Staff. It reports to the Russian General Staff. It takes orders from the Russian General Staff. It's equipped by the Russian General Staff. It just happens to be funded through a different contract vehicle funding source than the regular Russian army. And this is done for legal reasons. Inside Russia, Wagner is asked to do things that constitutionally regular Russian army forces would not be able to do. This puts Wagner on par with, for instance, the CIA's ground branch, a paramilitary organization, and elements of the American Joint Special Operations community who are often attached to the CIA to carry out activities that pretty much parallel that which Wagner is doing, both in Ukraine and elsewhere. Where the United States is looking at addressing Wagner is in Africa, and in particular Mali. The Wagner operations in Mali have been singled out by U.S. Africa Command and the United States State Department as being particularly worrisome, especially since Wagner is supporting a government that came to power through a military coup that ousted the American ally France from Mali. And Wagner has positioned air defense systems in Mali that threaten U.S. air operations in the region, to include drone operations that are flown out of 2 American bases next door in Niger. But to call Wagner a criminal enterprise and to try and address it as such would be a mistake, and perhaps a fatal one. Wagner is a military organization. Wagner reports to the Russian government. Wagner works on behalf of the Russian government, and if the United States fails to respect that and recognize that, then we're headed for trouble.